Clare Katner is with me, and Clare is a hypnotherapist. I'd like to thank you, Clare, for joining me tonight.
It's good to be here.
So, hypnosis. When you and I talked on the phone, I think one of the things that we both were clear about is that we both had a passion to let viewers know. I think people see hypnosis on TV, and I think maybe they've seen a Vegas show, or I actually had experienced hypnosis at a state fair. And I think people have that in their head that that's really what it's all about. And after our very first conversation, the thing that I found that we had in common is that, number one, we wanted people to know that that's not what it was about, but also we both shared that it's more than just getting rid of the symptom. So, you know, explain to our viewers what hypnosis is.
Well, first of all, hypnosis does stem from a Greek word because it's been around for thousands of years, and it comes from the word sleep. When people were viewing hypnosis, they thought it looked like sleep, and they didn't have any way of testing where the brainwave activity was then. But what hypnosis is actually is a very focused state of concentration. And they get so focused, it's kind of like when you go to a movie theater and you're so involved in a really good movie that your surroundings begin to just dissolve. And if someone were to shut a door or cough, you'd be alerted that you were coming out of that state. So that is a natural state of hypnosis too. Nobody's controlling them, they're just choosing to be involved in that storyline. And we do it all the time when we're doing little things like when you wake up in the morning, you have one of your best business ideas, and it just comes to you because you're in this beautiful, relaxed state. Now, nobody is guiding you there, but hypnosis is more about being guided through meditation. It's meditational-like, but it's like being guided through. And you can do self-hypnosis, but it helps to have a CD or some idea of what you want to do, some kind of intention. But stage hypnosis, like you've seen at the State Fair in Las Vegas, I was just in Las Vegas, and there was all these shows, and I thought, should I go? Because, you know, it's really doesn't help hypnotherapists with what they're intending to do, which is really help people. Those shows, though, are for entertainment, and they are artists in their own right in terms of they look at an audience and they give them suggestibility tests, and they'll find the absolute most suggestible person based on certain techniques, which they're very good at fine-tuning. Who is that going to be? And those people, here's the key, they're willing to do hypnosis, and they are willing to get up on a stage and just about do whatever the hypnotherapist says. And that's really the key with hypnosis. You can't ever do hypnosis if you are not willing. And even if you love hypnosis and somebody says to you, I want to do hypnosis on you or with you, if you reject that person, they're not going anywhere with you. You really are very much in control.
Isn't that interesting? So someone could come to you for a session with the intention of overcoming something, and you could begin, or can you pick up on it right away that they are not
I try and get there on the phone conversation so I don't waste their time. Because if the person is coming in and they say, oh, my mother wants me to quit smoking, or my husband really wants me to fly, I have to stop right there, because what I realize is they're not really willing or ready yet, but I interview them a little bit more, and you'll find out that they don't really, they might say, well, I don't know about this thing, hypnosis. And it's not my job to convince people. I usually work with people when they're ready and they want to quit smoking, they want to fly, they want to be a better athlete or a student. That's when I'm ready to work with them. And, you know, I like to help people understand before they ever come in what hypnosis is, and that's why the show is great, because you're going to help me, save me some time. But people have so many questions, but you can't get stuck in hypnosis because, I mean, it's a great place to be and hang out and, you know, pure relaxation. But just like it is with sleep, you're going to come out, and especially with a guide, and your own free will says, all right, she's done.
That's right, I'm done.
I'm done, and this is by the hour, I'm definitely done. So you're definitely in control, and hypnosis is really something that we can develop if we exercise that part of the brain. It's really a creative
part.
part.
Well, the cool thing about this, Claire, is that you are actually going to do a hypnosis session on me during the show tonight. So we're going to take 10 minutes and we're going to go through a mini session, and then we're going to leave like 5 minutes so that I can kind of talk about what it is like, so that viewers do know that, you know, it is not something that, you know, I'm going. You tell me, I'm not going to be dancing around like a chicken.
You're not going to do anything that you don't, and I'll tell you, it's going to be about rebuilding self-confidence, because everyone can use that every single day.
You bet.
Things happen and we hear, oh, this is going on in the world, and we start to wonder, what are we here for? And so this is to reinforce that, and it's safe for everybody, all your viewers, to do with us if they'd like, because it's so safe and you can do it. Just don't drive your car and do this at the same time.
Okay. So now, hypnosis, you actually brought a tape, and I'll just hold it up here, but you've recorded some tapes, and you gifted me with a tape, so I want to thank you for that.
Sure.
Does this have music on it?
I use music, very neutral music, because I think it generally helps people to kind of just let go, but the truth is music can get in the way too. So not having music today is a really good example for people to just be really quiet and connected.
And are there subliminal messages underneath this?
I don't do that, because truly, you know, hypnosis works. And one of my mentors said to me, you know, there's a million different modalities out there that you can choose, and you can get really scattered, but if you get really good at working with people in hypnosis, you won't need a million other modalities. It's good to have more than one tool, but subliminal messages, I think, also they instill that out-of-control feeling like, what's she saying under there? I want people to know what I'm saying. There is no hidden agenda. All hypnotherapists, and they're just some of the most kind, caring people, they just want to help people get well.
Real quickly, I'd always like to ask my guests how they got into, you know, what they are doing. So tell me, how did you get into being do you call yourself a hypnotherapist?
I do.
Okay.
Some people say hypnotist. There's nothing wrong with that. I like hypnotherapist because I really think I feel like I'm also a massage therapist, and I really want to feel the therapy part of it and connect with that. What was your question again?
My question is what brought you into becoming a hypnotherapist?
Well, I lived in England years ago. My parents are English. I was living over there. I had all this time on my hands, and I was a smoker. And of all things, I wanted to quit smoking when I lived in Europe. Kind of strange. And I found this book in the library about hypnosis, and I thought, I'm going to go find a hypnotherapist. So I went, and it was a great experience. It wasn't anything like I thought it would be, because I, like so many other people, saw what was on television about this. This was years ago. Hypnosis is very big in Europe, by the way. It's very acceptable. And went to this woman, and she made a CD for me, and I did so well with this. I didn't feel like I was hypnotized. That was the other thing. I thought, well, I heard everything she said, and I didn't get into such a deep state that I thought I was going to be, but I was very relaxed. And when I left, she listened to me, and she heard everything that I wanted out of this session, why I wanted to quit smoking. So she incorporated that into a custom CD, or tape. At the time it was a tape. And I reinforced it. I listened to it every day, because for years I was telling myself, I'm a smoker, I'm a this, I'm a that. And I basically had to break down the old, this session we're going to do is direct suggestion. It's not an age regression. It's not so in-depth that we're going to take you back to when you were 2. It's for everyone.
Okay.
And this is an exercise, because the people that are able to do it one time and get it are those that are very creative and have already developed that center of the brain. So the more we develop this, the more effective it's going to be.
And our viewers can join right in with me.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's
all right.
just
Well,
would be a great thing.
Tell me how to begin.
All right. So you can lay down. Now, hypnosis isn't sleep, so I wouldn't necessarily lay completely flat, especially if we know that you're one of those people that can just fall asleep like that. But for a lot of people, like you would when you meditate, right? You don't sleep and meditate. So just relax and sit back. And sometimes, depends on the induction, we call it, the beginning of the hypno session. Sometimes we'll tell people to keep their eyes open, sometimes open them, close them. There's so many different ways to do this. So I had to fine-tune and pick just one approach. And that's not the easiest task, but this, I think, will work really well for a shorter time. So all you have to do this time is close your eyes and just take a deep breath. Let's start there. Get comfortable and just allow this breathing to remind you of this energy that you're made of, and just allow a deep wave of relaxation to move through your body, and just forgetting really where you are in this moment, and just be 100% with yourself, allowing yourself to just take in that deep breath, and this time hold it in really deeply and hold it so it's almost a bit of tension, and then release and let go of everything today that you've had to deal with. Just let it go completely. On your exhale, it is a reminder for you to just let go of everything. And go ahead and inhale and breathe in fully into your lungs, feeding every cell, tissue, and tendon, and let go of that breath and feel that wave of relaxation now. And take this relaxation that you're feeling and just allow yourself to feel that so deeply it's penetrating every cell of your body. And you may hear sounds around you in your house, in this room, in this space, but the only sound you're going to be able to hear, or you're only hear, is the sound of my voice. And the sound of my voice is simply a reminder to you that this is for you, this time, this moment, this space, and this is relaxing. And bring that awareness of that relaxation now as you breathe behind your eyes. Bring it so deep behind your eyes that you actually feel the muscles that create expression around your eyes to soften. All the skin is going soft and smooth. Your eyes become more and more warm, and your eyelids are like two blankets washing down over your eyes, keeping you safe and protected. And you feel that warmth and that relaxation so deeply that it would be so very difficult for you to even want to open your eyes. It would be so much work. It would become such a large task that it just feels so good to completely let go now. That's right. And as you bring that energy behind your eyes and around your eyelids, you could even pretend, if you wanted to, that you could open your eyes. But you go and you try, and you may test a little bit. Now stop testing and just let your eyes go. Just let them go completely. And this wave of energy now moves down all the way to your feet, the very bottom of your feet, becoming so grounded and so centered, so deeply okay with where you are in this moment. And when I give you the next direction, it'll be so easy for you to reach a level of the mind that allows you to feel, to know, to sense, to see whatever it is you need to see to help you move forward in your life, to be your highest, to be at your highest good, to be at your very best. And go ahead now and just tap any finger on the surface that it's laying on. Tap, 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 and go deeply. As you tap, you may imagine it and think about tapping, and as you do, you go deep into this level of the mind that allows creativity and expansion of what you may normally see and know. And in front of you is a beautiful old chalkboard. It's a little bit dusty, but you can see it clearly. Maybe if you can't see it, you can imagine it. Just know that it's there. And on that chalkboard, possibly many phrases, many statements, many labels that you may have given to yourself that were negative in the past. Whether it's I'm not good enough, smart enough, whatever it is, allow your unconscious mind to send you the messages clearly that you have heard these negative labels, things that no longer serve you. Maybe it was something you said to yourself yesterday, or what your mother might have told you when you were a little girl. Just allow yourself, there's plenty of room on the chalkboard.
Just put the button up.
That's right. And it's safe to do this because you're in a safe place. And by this chalkboard is an eraser. And I want you to know that when we take this eraser, when you take it, this eraser has an incredible ability to erase every speck of chalk dust so that nothing is left. And as you begin to erase all the negative labels, all the old hardships, all the negative feelings, know that anything good that ever came of any challenge in your life can stay with you, and you can hold on to that. What you can let go of is the hurt, the pain, the darkness, the sadness, the words, as words and labels can stand in your way of your success. So go ahead and fully erase everything, or know that you're erasing, or sense that the board is clear. And when you're done, allow that old, beautiful old chalkboard to remain open and blank, and begin to write the words that you know that you would like to hear, the words that maybe you need to hear. Who you really are, how successful you are, you're talented, whatever it may be. So you can etch this in your subconscious mind and have it become so clear that there's no one that can stand in your way, no matter what's going on in your life, of knowing who you are and being centered in that. And those words now become larger and brighter and etched in your mind, creating new neural pathways that guide these words into the right corners of your brain and your mind. And as you begin to completely connect with these words, allow this chalkboard to turn into a movie theater screen. And you are the starring role. And you may now see yourself, or just if you can't see it for any reason, imagine it, feel it, sense yourself there, successful, the quality person that you are. Start seeing those words. How would you stand? How would it feel to get the applause or a trophy or the credit that you know that you may have deserved for a long time? Take that in to every part of your being, and allow yourself to adjust yourself on your 2 feet to this new understanding of who you are, so that it settles in deeply and quickly and effortlessly. Taking that with you, building into this every single day, you slowly and effortlessly become connected with these words and know that this is who you really are, and in no way will you be concerned about anything but expressing that and feeling confident in knowing that you're a good listener, people care about you, and you can be these things as we want you to succeed, and you want yourself to succeed as much as anyone else. So go ahead now and just really fully take this in from the movie theater screen and bring it 100% into the you that's sitting here or resting here today, 100% within you, into every portion, every cell, every atom of your body. And when I count up from 1 to 3, at 3 you'll be back and connected with all of this, and everything is going to be just a little bit easier. You're going to feel motivated to take everything that we've just learned here, that you've just interpreted and understood completely, into your waking state. 1, all parts of you know and understand that this is good for you, that this is safe, and this is what you've been hoping for and working for all your life. 2, knowing that when you go to stand on your 2 feet, you'll be ready to work with this and use this in every moment of your day. And 3, connected, eyes open, alert, and grounded, centered. Take a deep breath. Welcome to your show. How are you feeling?
Did you know that I was hypnotizable?
I actually, Nancy, I had no idea.
Really?
But I do know that you were willing.
Yeah.
And anybody, and I feel comfortable with you, and that's just an intuitive thing. Anybody that I think trusts me and I've already have a rapport with, I feel like, and they really want to do this, I feel like they're going to have a pretty good chance that they're going to do hypnosis really well.
Yeah.
And you're obviously a successful person, and I think that kind of person who's really reached a lot of goals has in some way done affirmations or something to really get to the next level. So,
may I just ask, and I think I had asked this earlier, I do a lot of meditation, and it's funny because you use, for hypnosis, you use visualization. I have a hard time putting visualizations in my head when I'm in a meditative state, yet that's how I learn, is through visualization. I'm a visual learner, yet I can't visualize in that meditative state. So is it something that if I just practice, it would become easier?
The key thing is you do not have to see anything. You could be more of a person that feels it or hears it and knows that it's there. I personally am not a visual. So I don't worry about studying whether someone's visual or not. If you noticed, I put in things like feel it, hear it, know that it's there, maybe sense it. Because so many people can't see a chalkboard, but they might hear that, you know, they might hear these things. And so on some level, here's the thing, when people are relaxed enough, they know that they're connecting with like all the negative words. So their brain is so smart. It remembers everything in this room. When people are being hypnotized for, you know, if somebody has witnessed a murder and, you know, they're bringing someone in to do hypnosis to help them remember something, you get someone in a deep enough state, the unconscious mind really remembers everything that was in this room. So actually, your unconscious mind, even though you may not have seen something on the chalkboard, and which I'm assuming you're saying I didn't see these negative words on the chalkboard, your unconscious mind still knows that they're there and is hearing that this isn't okay and that I want to replace these words with something else. I want to reestablish, I want to do something different. Were you able to hear yourself say,
you know, I heard everything
or...
that you said. I actually had to refrain myself because I could have sunk into my chair. I mean, my head would have gone, I probably could have been like this.
Yeah.
And because of the fact that I did, you know, I did know that there's cameras on us.
Exactly, that's a tricky situation.
But it was like that when I was relaxed. It did not take long at all.
Right.
And I was able to do the chalkboard, and I did put the things on the board, and I did erase them. Let's real quick, because we only have a couple minutes left, and there's so much more I would like to give our viewers. So tell me some things. What type of people do you work with?
We work with everything, or I work with everything from phobias, sports performance, any health-related issues. The Mayo Clinic and OHSU right here is saying now they're really promoting hypnosis. I won't say promoting, but they're really behind hypnosis for dealing with any kind of health or mental issue within reason. I'm not going to work with someone who's really clinically depressed. One of my friends once said to me, Claire, I like to work with your average normal neurotic. And, you know, we want to help people on very simple issues that affect their daily life. Like a flying phobia is kind of simple to the hypnotherapist, but not, you know, chronic long-term depression. I don't necessarily work with that. Some hypnotherapists do who are counselors. So there's a fine line to what, you know, you can work with, but there's just so much, the sky's the limit.